Blazing Press here once again on YouTube. We're just kind of alerting our people out there about what's about to happen and making some important announcements along the way. Hopefully, I've got everything set up here right. Let me just make sure I've got this right here. I'm just going to alert a few people here. Yeah, see, on YouTube, you can't, there's nothing. Most of these channels are shadow banned. It's funny that they're shadow banned. Why are they shadow banned? Even my other channels are shadow banned. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, they are all shadow banned. Isn't that funny? Yep. So yeah, we're gonna let you guys know some things here, really important updates, really quickly. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the. There we go. Okay. Well, there's a few people watching, even though we're shadow banned on most of these channels. This is why I'm not using these channels on YouTube. We've got a lot of subscribers on YouTube, but they're shadow banned from the public. So we're just basically speaking to our own little echo chamber, and that's why we use. That's why we're using Rumble, and But anyway, I wanted to get to some important news because we're going to update you guys on this unfolding war that is imminent. It is just impending, about to, it's about to go critical mass, and I'm just waiting with bated breath. Like I've got things to do, but I don't want to. I have to go somewhere tomorrow, and I'm thinking, oh no, is it going to happen tomorrow? This is literally the mindset. I don't want to be gone from my computer if something happens, but I have to leave tomorrow for a little bit. So if it happens tomorrow, oh well, I might have to just cancel my other meeting. Who knows? It's kind of important, but we'll see what happens. But I do think that we're imminent on something big going down. I'm betting it's not going to happen tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I planned what I was going to do. But we're going to be doing a Patreon tonight, and I wanted to let you know because all of you guys out there will get to see the free version. Believe me, we're not trying to withhold anything. But for all those out there that are our supporters, we're going to have a Zoom meeting tonight, and I'm going to go over all of the information, record, and get all of the gist of what we're going to be talking about here on the main channels here on YouTube out today in a private chat. So for all those that are the supporters of the Blazing Press channel, we're definitely wanting to give you guys some value for what you do for us and how you keep us on the air and how you keep us promoting the message without a interruption, without a glitch. We're definitely not taking corporate money at this point. At one point we were kind of doing the corporate thing, but that kind of went south there for a little bit, but it was there for a reason, and God had it there for a purpose. And I think I learned quite a bit from being a part of all that. And I still have lots of things to, lots of information and things that I've gleaned from all the contacts. So that's all still a good thing. But what we're doing is we're raising directly, the operational expenses directly from our audience, and that's just the way a lot of podcasters are doing it now. But there are a lot that do take money directly from big interests, and they have a say in kind of the way they speak or what they talk about. Not too much, but it does influence the message, and I don't want it to influence our message at all at this point. So we're definitely going our own pathway here, or at least the pathway that we believe is the high road, the Lord's way, the highway to heaven. Yeah, not the highway to hell. We're going to go to the highway of heaven. And so we're taking the straight path, the hard path, the difficult path, the path that very few be that find. And hopefully you're on that path with us. Support what we're doing in every way. Okay, so we're going to be doing that live chat in a Zoom or call here within at 7 o'clock West Coast time. So that's in 2.5 hours. I know it's a late notice, but we will put together the whole package for all of you guys here on YouTube or whatever that's going to see it. And it's very important message about the signs in the solar system, or not the solar system, the the solar system, the constellations, and all the different signs that are happening in the sun. And I just saw just another article just now that said that we're in a solar maximum. We're officially, and they're confirming that we're in a solar maximum. The signs in the sun and the moon. We got those bright stars that they say are going to be as bright as the moon. I don't know about that. We got a super moon right now, or they call it the Hunter's moon happening right now, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the nova that's happening. That's going to be blazing. It's called the Blaze Star. Kind of like Blazing Press, but it's called the Blaze Star. And some are saying it's called Jacob's star, the star of Jacob's trouble, referencing the last days of prophecy. But that's supposed to be happening any moment. In fact, they say it's a little bit late. But we've also had the comet that just flew through Virgo. And that's also another sign happening right on, what was it, Passover. Was it Passover? Yeah, it happened right on Passover. We've had lots of solar bursts and solar flares, and there's some other things that we wanted to talk about with the timing of all this and what it's pointing to and what it actually means in light of current events and biblical prophecy. We think that we've got some kind of message being telegraphed, just as we did right before the war began on October 7th with the man-child comet that went exactly what's happening right now through Virgo right before October 7th. And we told you guys, because Mars was in the constellation, there was another sign that we were looking at that also confirmed that war, chaos, and all hell was about to break loose, and it was probably going to be with Israel. And not more than a week later is when it began, October 7th. We chronicled it right here on Rumble. You can go back. Well, actually, we're not on Rumble right now. But if you go on Rumble around October, or it was September 23rd, I think it was, or maybe it was a little later than that, you can see that we talked about war happening in Israel because of what the constellations were talking about there. You know, the Bible says that God speaks to the constellations. He speaks to the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. They are appointed seasons and times and seasons for God's festivals, not to mention his gospel is being proclaimed from the heavens as well. It says that it proclaims it. No one's going to be without an excuse on the day, and no one's going to be with an excuse. They're going to be without excuse when they have to stand before God, because God proclaims the message of his creation through his creation, and the signs in the heavens proclaim it. And so if you can see what's going on it's called biblical astronomy. We're not talking about astrology here. We're talking about biblical astronomy. We're going to show you what it means according to what's happening in the current news cycle. And I think it points to, and it portends imminent danger for America. We told you before it had to do with Israel, but this time it is, I believe, for America. Okay? There happened to be a lunar eclipse when this happened for Israel, and you know the Jews say that lunar eclipses bode bad for the Jews and the Semites, whereas solar eclipses are bad omens and are predictions of things that are ominous for the nations. So when you have a solar eclipse in the actual constellation at the same time, because we had a solar eclipse right when it was happening as well, the comet was coming through Virgo, solar eclipse in Virgo. We also had Mercury, I think, was in Virgo at the time, which means, and we'll get into all that tonight, but I'm going to disclose all of this and more, and we're going to go into the details of what we think it means. And if you're a supporter, you're going to be in on that conversation. You can participate, you can interact, you can, develop these ideas as we record. The last time we did this, it was really good. It was really, it was very profitable in the sense that we got a lot of things out for people to hear, but we lost the recording. So this time I'm going to record it to the cloud so that my system sometimes reboots randomly, and it happened to reboot right when we were rendering the file, so we don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to also record it on my screen, screenshotting it, and on the cloud. And I'm also going to be recording it to my computer through Zoom as well. So this time we will have no problems saving the file. And then I will produce a full-length video for YouTube and Rumble. It'd probably be on YouTube. And it'll basically go into all the details of what we talked about. But if you want to be a part of that, get onto Patreon, become a supporter, and the links for Patreon, I think, are on the bottom. If they're not, they should be down there. But I wanted to make sure that we are doing and stewarding this operation correctly. And, God is pleased with what we're doing here. He's going to support it. And so I'm not really worried about that. And if not, then it's okay. I'll just sit back and watch as everything goes down with you. We'll try to get some more accomplished in terms of, while it is still day, we're going to work, but the night is coming when no one can work. And especially with what's coming up on the world now, I think we're headed for some dark, dark times where people are not going to be on the internet. People are not going to have critical infrastructure up. And this is why we have our store. This is why we have the products that we have: survival products, survival equipment, off-grid, solar, alternate communications, the ways, especially if you have to leave your location because of chaos in your city. We've got all that stuff held for you guys. Am I frozen here? Did I freeze up? See, this is my computer. My computer's doing this. Oh, am I frozen? No, I'm not. Am I? Okay, it was just frozen on the other side. And so we've got all these things. Right now, we got a special on EcoFlows. If you do want an EcoFlow and you want $400 off, send me a direct message. Right now, I don't have the coupon codes on the site, but if you want an EcoFlow and you want $400 off, private message me at Trumpet News on Telegram. I will check those messages on Telegram at Trumpet News. Make sure you're following us on Telegram. The Blazing Press channel is our channel, but at Trumpet News is my direct message. You can send it directly to me there. Or if you happen to get and decide to get the special that we got going on for the wood, 2-stage wood stove, which is an awesome deal. These are the greatest stoves. You can just put twigs and little pieces of wood in there, and you can cook whatever you want on that stove. If you ever had to purify water, or you wanted to, warm up your food or have a nice hot cup of coffee on the go, and you're in your car, and maybe there's a hurricane, maybe there's a tsunami, maybe there's all out, guerrilla warfare happening in your town, and you have to get to like Idaho or something. Like, you got to get to a really dense, out of the way red state, and you're on your way. You got your backpack and your bug out, and you're just on your way to get to safety. You better have something to cook your food. You better have some dried storable food, something that tastes good. We got a lot of storable food there too. Check it out, packingheat.co. Here's our special. There's a special right there. I just posted it. If you want that 2-stage wood stove, it's a 2-stage wood stove. So what it does is it combusts the actual wood, and it creates what they call wood gas. If you don't know what wood gas is, it basically burns up all of the smoke and turns it into fuel, and it creates a gas, and it basically cooks you without any smoke. Have you ever tried to start a fire and try to cook something over it? There's a lot of smoke. Well, this is a combustible type thing where it eats up the smoke and it turns it into fuel. So it's a 2-stage combustible wood stove. Very small, compact, stick it in a backpack along with all your MREs or whatever dried foods you got. We also got MREs on the site if you need some MREs. But this is our special right now, $29. You can't beat that. Shoot, $29. We'll even throw in some fire starters in there. We got to put a bunch of fire starters in your package. That way you could start fires real easy and not have to sit there and play with it. But if you got little twigs and little sticks and everything, they start real easy anyway. But anyways, just so you're ready to go when everything shuts off and, you're having to bug out or bug in, because some people are already where they're supposed to be. And all they got to do is just shut the gates and lock all the doors, lock all the gates and let the dogs out. And then whenever anybody comes by and they say, that smells something good over there cooking, we need some food. Then they're going to say, but there's dogs out there. And you're going to say, who let the dogs out? Yeah, they're out there. Don't worry. If you get past the dogs, then you got to deal with the owner. So watch out for the owner. He's loving and kind and he loves Jesus. He might throw some things over the fence for you, but don't break in. That's one thing you can't do because it's dangerous. We're trying to set up. But anyways, God bless you guys. We're going to be live in just a few. I'll put the links for the Zoom chat for all the patrons, the subscribing and active patrons, not just the members. There's a lot of members. You know, many are called, but few are chosen. So the few that are actually active members and that are supporters, you're just going to get a preview. That's it. It's just a little perk for all those that are doing a little something extra. I got to do a little something extra for you, okay? So you're going to come on in and hang out with me in a Zoom chat. I'll put the links out there in just a minute on Telegram. It's going to be 7 p.m. West Coast time. That's in almost 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're going to be live on Zoom, okay? The links will be on Telegram. And I'll post them in all the, let me just do it now here so you guys don't miss it. Oh, you know what? I can't, I'll put the Patreon link. When we get it set up, I'll put the Patreon link on Telegram, okay? It'll also be on Locals. I'll put the link on Locals, the Blazing Press app, Telegram, and that's it. Those 3 places you got to go. I'll also send it to our online instant notification list as well. And then if anything breaks out between now and tomorrow, I'll try to get back here and get online and cover it because it's going to be 24/7. When it goes down, guys, it's going to be 24/7. You're going to be watching Blazing Press channel. I'm going to do multi-simulcast on Rumble and here on YouTube, and it'll only be on the blue channel. Okay, so if you want to be watching us on YouTube, you got to go over to the blue channel. The blue channel is here. I'll show you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, it's at Blazing Press. Go on YouTube and put in at Blazing Press. That's our channel. That's the main channel. Don't be going to any other YouTube channel. I don't care how many subscribers are on these other YouTube channels. This is the channel you want to go on. And I'll post it right now in the chat. There you go. Do you see that live chat? There you go. At Blazing Press YouTube. / at Blazing Press. One word. Blazing Press, at Blazing Press on YouTube. Also at Trumpet News on Telegram. Or if you do send it at Blazing Press on Telegram, it'll go to my wife. That's my wife's messaging. We got it set up the wrong way. We should have had the main feed at Blazing Press, but we didn't do it that way. We were still Trumpet News when we started Telegram. You know, Trumpet News was the big channel on YouTube. Remember Trumpet News? You know, 1 million views a day. Remember that? 500,000+ subscribers. Remember that? And YouTube just deleted us under Trump. Trump just said, okay, we can't do anything. My hands are tied. I'm sorry. I'll use censorship. I'm sorry, J6. I can't do anything. I know I'm president, but I can't help you. It's too bad. They got me. I'm just like tied up. I can't do it. Everybody's against me, but I'll come back. I'll rise from the dead and I'll be just like Jesus and I'll make everything all better in 2024. But all the prophets were saying, he's coming back. He's coming back in 2000. He's still president. Biden's not president. He's not in flying. Q said, hold the plan. Stay the course. Trust the plan. Trust Sessions. Trust Barr. Everybody's good. Everything's fine. It's all a psyop. Don't believe anything. It's just there for, blah, blah, blah. Okay. YouTube prophets, all wrong. Everybody wrong. Robert right again. Robert, I'm not saying I'm always right, but I'm going to tell you what. The Holy Spirit, I believe, leads what we're doing, and I think that we got it pretty accurate. So you're going to want to check out and keep up on what we say because, test it. I say test it. It's up to you. Test what we're saying. I'm saying don't trust everything. Even if it's coming from someone that you think you trust, you still got to test it. I do. I don't believe everything everybody says. But when I have it tested and I know it's good, I'll usually stand on it with everything that I got. And I hope you do the same. All right. God bless you guys. I'll see you over there at the Zoom chat for all you patrons. And then we'll be back on maybe tonight, a little bit later. If not, we'll see you back tomorrow. God bless.